Hey everybody, Mark here from Mark Builds Bricks. We have a fantastic one for you today. I've been waiting for this one since back when they did the surveys about what would you like to see in the brand new World's Edge theme from Lumibricks. So here we have it, the Alpine Observatory, set number L9091, 2,437 pieces, and absolutely love it. So we're going to jump into this and build it up, review it at different stages of this build, and give you my final thoughts of it and all that stuff. So full disclosure, I actually bought this one and I basically just said, here's my money. I went and got it right away. Like, comment, and subscribe, and let's jump into the review.
Welcome.
So for this absolutely fantastic set, the Alpine Observatory, you get two absolutely decent sized manuals. Decent size. Look at the thickness of these manuals. Fantastic. No issues throughout the whole thing as we were building this one for manuals and all that. But other than that, as you can see, fantastic image of this set. I absolutely love this set. Bottom corner, Alpine Observatory logo, QR codes to download the instructions to manuals digitally, book 1, book 2 on each side. As of course, the Lumibricks logo, L9091, 2,437 pieces, and it also has a projector functionality inside this, which you do get a couple of different images to project onto the wall. Now, in book 1, we have a typical about Lumibricks and a really cool photo of an actual observatory, which I guess it was based on, which is kind of cool because it does look really cool with all the rock functionality as well. Here we have a finished build as well in the daylight, and of course a breakdown on this page of what each section of the set is. And of course we do have a bird, telescope, and a really cool rotating planetary little mini build there. And going into what you can do about what you get to see, the projector, the different types of printed pieces that are in here. This one here is a light panel, which is really cool. And of course we got some more cool things in here that let you know what each piece means from all the printed stuff. Then it goes into the typical don't eat, swallow the pieces, don't lick the batteries, and all that type of stuff, all the warnings. We do have another color chart page as well, and then basically 1 to 6, which is basically this whole main book. This is what you get built out. Instructions, very clear, very clean looking, some extra pages to give you that perfect vantage point to make sure that you're putting everything in place. Definitely not a traditional build for the base. No base plates, no plates itself on the base. So a very interesting build that. I kind of like the way that was done. And then going into each level, which is your typical way of doing things. Also, lighting, wiring management, very well laid out, very easily to follow. And of course, making sure that we got the battery box in place, making sure the batteries are in there, and as well, that's the bulk of what you get done on the first book. Now, the second book itself, very similar, straightforward. It really jumps right into it, as you can see, for the rest of the build. As I said, I did not find anything out of the ordinary going through any of this. I did absolutely enjoy building this one. This was such a smooth build, and this is the bulk of the manual, and everything just went together so nicely. So there you have it, all the stuff. No Easter eggs in the back of the book, but we do have another picture at the back of this book with the lights on, where the first book we had a nice little picture with the lights off. So I think that was pretty cool, but no Easter eggs. But we got to do retro house, the cabins and stuff like that. We do have videos. This one I still have to build, but we do have videos of these ones for you to check out on the channel as well. So there you have it. Those are the manuals for this set. All right, so it's minifigure time. Here are the 4 minifigures that we do get with this set. Gentlemen that look like they probably work on the inside of the building because the way their clothing is and stuff like that. No printing on their legs or anything, but some fantastic printing on their torsos and facial expressions. Even with the stubble on this gentleman here, some cool hairstyles, and he's got some glasses. Pretty straightforward, but absolutely looking fantastic, as you can see. And then with these other 2, minifigures that we do get. And these look like they've been spending more time on the outside of the observatory. We got this gentleman here with his full climbing gear outfit, two-tone, what do you call, legs. So it looks like he's got boots on. He looks like he's got his black gloves on. He's got a little hook, his climbing gear with the rope and everything around his torso, some really cool glasses, his helmet on, and on the back of him, he's also got a really cool little backpack print as well. So it looks like he's carrying stuff as well. And this gentleman here looks like he's also somebody that has to spend some of the outside moments around this observatory, because he's got his boots on with the two-tone. So it looks like he's got some gloves on as well. Looks like he's got a really cool warm fuzzy hat or a balaclava or whatever they call these hats, whatever. But a great facial expression on him as well. The back of his torso is more print that look like his jacket or his sweater and stuff like that. Looks like he's all nice and warm. The other two have a nice little print work on the back as well, as you can see, to finish off their torsos as well. But that is the 4 minifigures that we do get. I think that's absolutely a fantastic number of minifigures for this set, and I think they suit this set very well. So there we have it. Minifigures are done. So here we have completed basically bags 1 through 4, which gives you basically everything you see here all completed. And we're about 3/4 of the way through the first of the 2 manuals that you get as well for absolutely fantastic Alpine Observatory. We have wire management in, we got some printed pieces in, but let's talk about all the cool things that we see right now. Right here inside, we do have little instruments on a small little corner table. Look at a chair. It's all under a stairwell. There's actually a light right here that's going to light up this table as well. So we do have wire management going this way towards this little power jumper right here. Now, just a heads up, the wiring between here go to here, make sure you give yourself as much slack, push all the extra slack this way, because wire, once you put this piece in place, this wire becomes very tight, so you don't want to pull it out of the solders and stuff like that. So make sure you do give as much slack as possible so you can get this in here without too much tension. Also, we have some artwork, a printed piece on the wall there. It looks like some solar system photos. We do have a small power printed danger zone on the door itself, which the door opens inward, and you can see in the background, it looks like we have a little power source generator with the colored grill pieces and stuff like that. Now, coming into this room on this side, on the right, we have, as you can see, some bunk beds. And if I can turn the camera this way, we do have right in here a little closet type scenario where we have a minifigure torso to simulate extra clothing as well. We have another printed piece down in the bottom shelf as well. Now, coming to this side, we do have another set of lights on this side with the wire management going this way, coming out to this side of the build. Now, it's just this light and this light are the powered lights. This red bar transparent pieces right here is not a light. And we do have a nice cool artwork with look like a rocket of some sort also on the wall as well. So pretty cool so far. I like the bunk beds. It looks really well. I like the tiling with this green and with the dark gray. It looks really good and all that. Now, coming out to the outside, we start building out all the rock face, mixture of snow and the actual rocks itself as well. We have some vegetation. This side here, we still have to build out going through, so you still see the way the base has been built with some of the Technic style design. There is no base plates in this or any plates being used as a base plate. This is totally a build that you're building right on top. We have our wires for our 2 sets of lights that we put in place so far. That's going to connect into other junction boxes as well, plus the power. And coming across to this side as well, we have more rock face buildup, as well as this little buildup with the a Technic axle sticking out as well. So we definitely are going to be putting something on that. Now, let me zoom out a bit. And I'm going to try to flip this over in a certain way so you guys can actually see. But there you have, let me, the other way, there you go. So that is the bottom. So this is the way we build everything sideways with the Technic pieces and all that, and to build out this kind of interesting shape. And then you basically attach everything else to that as you go around. So I just wanted to give you a nice good view of what the base looks like underneath. As I said, there is no standardized base plate for this at all in any way, shape, or form, but that is the build so far. And I absolutely love it. This has absolutely been a lot of fun. No clutch issues. Everything's going together so smoothly. And this is going to be so much fun when we get this fully together. At this stage of the game, we have completed all the way up to bags 8. So a lot has been done, a lot. I absolutely am loving this build. To finish this off, we basically finished off the back end here, as well as setting up all this area and hiding the battery box. So the battery box sits right in this section. We got a jumper connector, or the power connector right here. So we're feeding the existing wires that we put in place right into that white power connector. Now the battery box, there is a lever or a little handle right here. You just give it a little tug and the battery box will slide out. Now, if you are facing it like you are right now with the camera, just tilt a little bit or push some pressure a little bit towards the actual set, and then the battery box will slide out fairly nicely. Now, what happens is these little 1x4 brown pieces, they actually get a little bit caught and as they go in and out, just a heads up on that. And I've also noticed there's also wire rubbing at this stage, so just be careful. Now, the light box or the light power is right here, which again, awkward. So lights go on. You can put the battery box back in, and then you can slide it back into place and just give it a little push. And as you notice in the background, we got the lights already on. Now, the rest of the rock face absolutely looks fantastic as we go through this. And I don't know, but I see a stairwell right here. I think this is pretty cool how the stairwell is built into the rock face. If it's not a stairwell, but it does look like a good stairwell because we got a nice little platform right here. We also have a stairwell going into the building out to this level as well. Now, this front piece right here also pops off. So there's another little handle right here, as you can see. So you basically just pop on that a little bit, and basically this piece will pop right off. Just pull it straight out and you get to see the inside of this main floor, or this main work area, where we have all the lights for the 2 areas. As well, we do have some decorative build inside as well. So the whole rock face stairwell section just pops right off. Very easy to slide back in. Just line up the clips on the left side here first, I would do. Just pop it in like that and then just pop it, and then you're good to go. So that is this part of it. Now, also, because we're already up the bags, have completed bags 8, we also started the build of the next floor of this. I absolutely like this curved window effect. This was such a fun build. I really enjoyed the way this is built. I also love how clear that transparent window is. It's so clear and nice that we're getting reflection off my monitor and the cameras. It's really cool. Nice, interesting rock face right here built out. We do have a light that's going to be powered right here as well. We do have a power jumper to continue the power up in the building. We do also have a connector right here that's going to be connecting into another source that we're going to light up or power up. Now, inside, we do have some really cool printed pieces. We got some dual monitors, keyboard, another powered light source as well. We have this interesting thing on the side here, which might be a small sculpture of this building, actually, because it looks like an observatory. We just don't have the actual telescope part or the scope part coming out. But other than that, this could be a mini build of what we're actually building, which is pretty cool. More printed pieces on this side, and also it looks like we have a coffee machine and stuff like that. Another rocket, it looks like, in this corner as well. Now, the bookcase was pretty cool the way it's built. There's a set of books, or 3 books at this level, the first level. I actually really like those because they're actual printed covers that hinge open with a printed 1x2 plate inside as well. So pretty cool on how that's been built out as well. But all in all, like I said, I'm absolutely loving this build. I'm really liking it. I love the color tones so far with the whites mimicking snow. We got the dark grays and we got the light grays, and now we have this really cool blue as well with the off green as well to give another contrast to everything that's going into place. Absolutely fantastic, but we still have a fair amount to build. And we also have to check out the new telescope or the projector part of this piece. Holy smokes, we got so much more done in this build. I'm so looking forward to finishing this one. I absolutely love this build so far. We've got more of the third floor or the top, this section before we get the telescope or the observatory scope on place. So all this is put in place. I actually turned the lights on for you so you can see what is lit up as well. We have more finishing of the rock face as well. Now in the back here, we do have a jumper for power to continue to go up into the next section as well. This back wall does actually just pop off. It's just held on with a couple of studs. As you can see, we do have a printed piece on there. Just let me get you in there. Emergency shut off and everything, like a little phone, a lever and everything. And then inside, we've got a lit up globe, which is pretty cool, and then a lot of cool printed pieces to simulate multiple monitors and different things on the monitors, which is absolutely fantastic. Now there's also an interesting piece that is on the bottom of this floor. Now it is probably going to turn off if I pull it off, but there is actually another really cool printed transparent piece that's stuck to the ceiling with light strips. I shoot lights through, which is giving you a star pattern on the roof of this. I'm just trying to figure out what would be the best way to show it with the lights actually on. So I'll figure that out towards the end. But basically, like as I said, this wall just pops right off and it just pops right into place, as you can see there. Everything else still is decent, so you still have this wall completely opening up as well. And in fact, let me see if I can tilt it, because it is on the roof of that floor. Oh my god, this has some weight to it already. Can we tilt it? Yeah, you can just see it right in there. So whoops, we just closed the door. Oopsies. So what I'll do is when I do my little video montage of this at the end of this video, because we're definitely going to have to do this, I'm going to stick the camera in there and we're going to get a nice good view of that all lit up and everything. So I just wanted to show you guys that top build, but let me throw this to the side. We do have the top of the telescope for the observatory section of this. So we did build it up. It's going to have its own power source, it looks like, because we have a cable here and we have a watch style battery pack, which is going to attach on this part. But we do have a very cool opening flaps. Open this flap down here at the bottom, and that exposes the telescope. Now, the telescope does have an interesting feature. It is going to project an image that is inside here up onto the wall of wherever you're pointing this, basically. Now, it comes with a few different images. They also ask you to keep it in a nice dark bag, or just keep it in its original bag and keep it away from light. So we do have extra ones here. So you can only have one image at a time inside there. So pretty cool. But it's basically very, I don't know if there's an easy way to pop it out, because it's not too accessible. So you're going to actually pull some stuff apart, put the piece in, and then re-put it back in, because you need to get that core part of the telescope out of the center and then replace the image and put it in. So no really easy access to do it, but pretty cool when we get to see this function at the end of the video. So we still have to dress this up some more and get this on its little platform, which is going to have a 360-degree turn as well. And we get to attach it to the rest of the building. Holy smokes, like I said before, this is so much fun. Okay, so here we have the absolute completed version of the Alpine Observatory, and I gotta say this right off the bat, fan freaking tastic. I absolutely love this. I've been looking forward to this new World's Edge theme. I think that was the original, what they called it a few months back. Once I saw some of the leaked pictures of this, I must have. So I'm so glad that I went out and purchased this one from Lumibricks. Fantastic. I love the overall look and the aesthetics of the way the snow, the rock formation, how the building is built into the rock formation as well is really cool. As well, a really cool feature with the telescope of being a projector. Unfortunately, in the room I'm using right now, I can't give you a good view of that projected image, but it does work. And it looks really cool when it actually does work. Full 360 at the top. As you can see, it does turn nicely, and it does have a little flap to cover it up as well. It has its own battery powered at the top here, which is the 2-watch battery style connector into there. Again, you can adapt this into a USB connector if you wish and connect it to a power bank. It is completely up to you. So you do have the flexibility of that. But other than that, really cool, well done. It rotates nice and smooth, which is pretty cool. Coming down the rest of it, I'm going to bring it in a bit so you can see it a little bit better. This top floor here, which is really cool. This is control monitoring area, is this area here. I like how the light source, which is an extra light on the roof of this piece, which is shining down as well. There's a globe lit up and a light on the outside right near a little monitor with the weather. Printed pieces for this little radio dish type solar panels and stuff like that, which is really cool. More printed pieces about a telescope here. Really cool way of building a telescope with a camera functionality, making it look like it can take pictures through the telescope, which is pretty cool. We do have on this side another printed piece, discover wonders above. This sign in the instructions just kind of sits on the non-studded area of this little level here, but I actually connected it to a stud so we don't lose it. And of course on the we do have an orange piece here on the railing, which has danger, careful don't fall off the ledge, which is a printed piece as well. Now we do also have this really cool looking bird, which is also on a transparent rod here to give the simulation that it's in flight. So that's pretty cool. And coming into this nice little rock face and everything is a nice curved glass area, which I absolutely love on this building. I think this is absolutely fantastic. Around to this side of the building, on the top, we have a nice little door that opens up. So opens really nicely, closes, lets the light through, really cool. Under here we have a window, a nice air unit pumping in with little industrial pipes and stuff like that. We have some scaffolding holding up this, so nice, lots of cool detail. Now we have a nice little lever here near the bottom. This is where the battery pack is actually hiding, so you can pull this right out as we showed you earlier in the video. That is the battery pack itself. Make sure, be careful when you are pulling it out and pushing it in. Tilt the battery pack towards that way or towards the back, because these two 1x4 tiles do get caught occasionally. The only pet peeve of that is where the switch is on the battery pack for pulling that in and out. It's kind of a little awkward area. Would have been good if the switch was on the outside in some way, or if it was a battery box with the switch on the top of the panel, so you just slide it out and do a switch. You don't even have to move anything. So that would have been probably better instead of having the switch in line where the connectors are. So that would have been probably a little bit better. Other than that, that's my only really criticism of this set, honestly. Coming towards the back of the set, what the back looks like, you've got a nice stairwell made of the stones to make it look like it's part of the mountain, and then it goes into a nice little staircase getting up to the top floors. Nice little printed area for scientific and research department. Door opens in there. There's another little stairwell to go down to the basement area or the main floor as itself. Now this also opens up, so we can actually, because there's a nice little handle here at the bottom of the rock face, so we can actually pull this straight out, and then you get full access to rest area quarters down in the basement level or the main floor level. As well, we can open up the back wall and then that will give you full access to see everything inside here. Plus we have a really cool light panel right here with a really awesome solar system. But this is completely a light panel, no lights behind it or anything. This is an actual independent panel that has powered up, and some really cool printed pieces, a nice little solar system diorama thing. When you move it around, the globe and the moon go around the earth. So I think that was pretty cool as well. Now, we also get some more exposure on this top wall, because this top wall just pops right out very easily. And there you have it. Now you have full access to each floor very easily and see inside each floor as well. So love how it opens up. I love how the lighting is on this building. I think it's absolutely fantastic. Lumibricks and whoever was helping with the design of this, fantastic job. Just absolutely fantastic. It was so easy to put all these pieces back in place, and there you have it. So what do I fully think of the build? The build itself was absolutely smooth. I had really no issues. There is one little area on the main base when you put the lighting wiring management in place. Make sure you get enough slack, or when you try to put that connector piece to get the power up the next floor, it gets a little too tight. So there's a little area I mentioned earlier in the video of you want to make sure you get enough slack on that. Other than that, no clutch issues, no missing pieces, no stickers were harmed in this set in any way, shape, or form. So absolutely fantastic build. Do I recommend this? 100%. Fully recommend this. Am I looking forward to the next sets for this theme? Absolutely as well. I would love to see for this set, maybe off to the side, more of a lab quarters or something like that. And then another set with a giant radio dish and stuff like that. I think those would look really good with that. But let me know in the comments what you think the next set should be in this theme, what you would like to see as well. If you like to purchase this, we are Lumibricks affiliates. All promotional links and affiliate links will be in the description for you, as well as my 10% code off to help you with any of your purchase that you do off the Lumibricks site. Free for you to use, doesn't cost you anything, but it does help this channel out a lot to end up buying more sets and stuff like that. So greatly appreciate it if you do use those. Absolutely fantastic. Other than that, like, comment, and subscribe like we always ask you to do for all these videos and stuff like that. We'll see you guys in the next video.